Hello BMA students, this is Mrs. Bingo and today we're going to be talking about operations and quality management. Operations managers are the people who are responsible for overseeing and managing the resources that make up the operations function. Their duties and responsibilities include formulating policies, managing daily operations, and planning the use of materials and human resources. But really, their function is too diverse and general in nature to be classified in any one functional area of management or administration, such as personnel, purchasing, or administrative services. Operation managers are people behind the scenes, and they are typically a boss. Quality management is the act of overseeing all activities and tasks needed to maintain a desired level of excellence. This includes creating and implementing quality planning and assurance, as well as quality control and quality improvement. When a product is developed or a business is started, a certain level of quality is needed to be maintained in order to be successful. Quality managers are in charge of this task. I'm going to show you a short video on McDonald's.
McDonald's serves millions of customers each day. A powerful incentive to get it right when it comes to food quality and safety, according to animal science professor Jeff Sedell of Texas A&M.
McDonald's has been a leader in the food safety area, and obviously because of the size and scope of the business, food safety is of paramount importance.
Animal science expert Dr. Temple Grandin of Colorado State University says McDonald's is proactive.
McDonald's was one of the pioneers in cleaning up the food safety stuff in the early 90s.
It was the first company in the industry to raise quality standards, routinely and unexpectedly auditing its suppliers.
That not only includes the beef that is used for producing McDonald's hamburgers, it would also be facilities, workers, and personal hygiene. And I think that has set the stage for a lot of people in the industry to really do things above and beyond that is required even by government standards.
McDonald's also focuses on animal welfare.
Having major customers audit the industry has been the biggest agent of change. And, the plants that have been regularly in the audit system, they're doing really well.
All the beef that comes from McDonald's has been tested, and this has really become the focus of the rest of the industry. It's kind of fallen in line with how McDonald's set up its program to ensure the safest food possible for its customers.
For information on McDonald's and food safety, visit www.mcdonalds.com.
So to maintain a high quality, you need to inspect your product thoroughly and often. McDonald's would audit beef suppliers regularly to make sure that it was 100% grade A beef that they were supplying them with. You need to identify how to effectively serve your customers. Who is your customer base? What are they expecting of you? What are their wants and needs from you? There should always be a continuous improvement of products or a continuous plan for improvement. Once you reach the top, there's nowhere to go but down. You want to be constantly improving. You need to work as a team. Everyone has something to contribute, and it's important that you take everyone's advice as a factor into your decision making. All staff members should be properly educated and have training on equipment and how to do things and the procedures of the company. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration assures safe and healthful working conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education, and assistance. Their regulations include limits on chemical exposure, employee access to information, requirements for the use of personal protective equipment, and requirements for safety procedures. Bloodborne pathogens are viruses or bacteria present in human blood and body fluids which can infect and cause disease in humans. The two most notable of these are human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, and hepatitis B, virus HBV. The most common ways bloodborne pathogens spread are through sexual transmission or IV drug use. However, in the workplace, it is common that if an accident occurs, blood will be present, and it's important that you know how to handle blood properly. So to protect yourself from bloodborne pathogens, it is important that you have an attitude where you're willing to learn about bloodborne pathogens, and you must really just have common sense. You need to wear protective clothing when handling blood. You should always wear latex gloves, wear protective glasses, and pocket masks. It's important that you use proper housekeeping. You should disinfect all surfaces and have proper disposal of blood and blood fluids. In order to ensure chemical safety in the workplace, information about the identities and hazards of the chemicals must be available and understandable to workers. This is hazard communication, and it's also enforced by the OSHA. All employers with hazardous chemical in their workplaces must have labels and safety data sheets for their exposed workers and train them to handle the chemicals properly. It is important that all staff members are trained, know how to handle the chemicals so no one gets hurt. Respirators protect workers against insufficient oxygen environments, harmful dusts, fogs, smokes, mists, gases, vapors, and sprays. These hazards may cause cancer, lung impairment, diseases, or even death. Compliance with the OSHA respiratory protection standard could avert hundreds of deaths and thousands of illnesses annually. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, you see an actual respirator that a worker might have to wear. It is estimated that 5 million workers wear respirators in 1.3 million workplaces. Occupational noise exposure refers to exposure to high levels of noise which can cause permanent hearing loss. Noise-related hearing loss has been listed as one of the most prevalent occupational health concerns in the United States for more than 25 years. The National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, has recommended that all worker exposures to noise should be controlled below a level equivalent to 85 decibels for 8 hours to minimize occupational noise-induced hearing loss. So, common workplace safety rules. You should wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before handling food and after handling food. You should constantly be washing your hands. When you wash your hands now, would you say that you wash them for 20 seconds? I'm going to let 20 seconds go by, and so you can see just how long it actually is and how long you should be massaging your hands with soap. Here we go. There, that was 20 seconds. Would you say that you currently wash your hands for that long? It's also important that you use protective equipment when dealing with potentially threatening situations. Anything that's recommended, you should use. If it's required, you definitely should use it. There are many more safety regulations that just depend upon where you work. It's important to always be knowledgeable and comfortable in your area of workplace. So that is it, dealing with operations and quality management. Turn back and let me know that you are finished watching the video, and we will move on.